Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Ozark Living. Today's video, today's topic, could you live in Lake of the Ozarks? Let's check it out. All right, guys. Hey, my name is Scott, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome, thank you, and while you're here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm dropping a new video telling you everything you need to know about moving to or just living in Lake of the Ozarks. We're also a group of licensed lenders and agents, so as much as I love making these videos, I would love more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So that number popping up below, I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. If there's a question, a scenario, or just something I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. In the meantime, this video, hey, we're just talking, could you live here, right? Could you live in the Ozarks? And maybe you're in a different part of the country, or you're living in a big city and you're starting to contemplate like, hey, I want something different, I want to change, and you're exploring, hey, could the Ozarks be a place? Could you live here? So in that research, we got to figure out, hey, where is here, right? So hey, let's pull up a map of Missouri. On one side, you're going to have Kansas City. On the other side, St. Louis. Go to the middle, go down. That's where you're going to find the lake. When you look at the lake from an aerial perspective, you're going to see it looks like an ancient Chinese dragon. So we're always comparing the parts of the dragon to the parts of the lake. Head, neck, belly, legs, and tail, right? Depending on where you're out on the lake, depends on where you're at on the dragon. But hey, in thinking about could you live here, we want to talk about that right there, which is, hey, where are we, right? So being suppressed in the southern part of the country, we'll talk a little bit about weather. We also want to talk a little bit about the area that we're in, which is a mountainous, foresty, nature type environment. But hey, we talk to a lot of folks that live in bigger cities, right? And in their conversations and thinking about relocating and coming down, they talk about amenities, and one of the things they like about their big cities is there's always something to do, right? There's a robust nightlife, there's sporting events, there's endless kind of supply of activities and recreational things. There's a ton of stuff to do when you're in those big cities. And talk to some folks that are in the Kansas City and the St. Louis area who that live there, but they like to come down to the lake, which is only about a 2.5 hour kind of drive. And so reverse that, and you know, some of the folks we talk to live in those major metropolitan areas, parts of California or Colorado or Illinois, and they're tired of the big city life. They want something a little bit more remote. So right, we know that could you live here? So you're in a mountainous area, a lot of trees, a lot of forest, a lot of nature, a lot of animals, a lot of bugs, right? But you still like to have the amenities and the things of a big city feel. Some folks are okay with a quick drive up to St. Louis or Kansas City, and not a bad option, right? Like if you want a little bit more of a peace and quiet, different lifestyle, but you still want to be close to the big city, you know, that's something that is obtainable here, right? So yeah, you could live here, and you could still go over and watch major sporting events. You could still go and do theater and production shows. You could still hit the major cities for nightlife, or you could take a trip into the city and stay the night, fancy hotels, fancy dinners, like stuff like that. Like you can still live here and still have big city stuff without living in the big city. So you know, we talk to folks all the time about the transition and what you're gonna experience when you're here, how you're gonna feel, and man, just some of them have those conversations on, man, I think I'm gonna miss some of the hustle and bustle and some of the congestion. And hey, cool, but you still want to have this area, you still want to have the lake, you still want to have the lifestyle. Cool. So when you need that, right, when you need the fix of a big city, or you want to immerse yourself into the scene, the art scene, whatever it is, you want to go get bougie, cool. Take a drive 2.5 hours either direction, get into St. Louis, get into Kansas City, experience it, get your fix, and then come back down and hang out, right? And that's what a lot of people are looking for. They like to have all the amenities kind of close, but maybe some people are looking for a change of pace. And so could you live here? Let's talk about that change of pace, because it's not going to be that big city stuff. There's going to be the amenities that you need, but you're not going to have the congestion, which is, hey, a big reason why people are looking to move down here. And so location, right? If you like to be in nature, you like to be outdoors, you like hiking and biking and trails and maybe ATVs or recreational vehicles, if obviously you want anything to do with lake life and boating or pontoons or swimming, paddle boarding, kayaking. You can go tubing and surfing and skiing, wakeboarding, all of those things, right? Like, that's a completely different lifestyle that you're looking to live. And like, hey, could you live here and enjoy all those things? Absolutely. That's a big attraction to why everybody's coming down here. And so step away from the hustle and bustle and coming down. All of those outdoor activities that people are looking for is a huge reason. And because of location, you're able to do them longer, okay? And so we know that we split our time between Colorado and Missouri. So when we're in Colorado, we know that we have a shorter summer season than y'all have down in Missouri. And so we like to be here the majority of the time from almost April to October, right? That's a big season to where the weather turns, it warms up, you're able to get outdoor and start doing activities. And then again, from Memorial to Labor Day, the lake picks up, right? And all the activities and lakeside restaurants open and tourism comes down here, and the vibe and the energy comes alive when you're in that peak season. And so peak season is one thing, but you still have a longer season of warmer weather than you do in those northern states, okay? And so could you live down here? A big reasons to why people move down here is because they're tired of those colder, harsher winters, and they want something that's easier on the temperature, right? Because they want something that's less harsh on the winters and longer summers. And we know that the average snowfall here is like maybe 6 to 8 inches a year, right? Well, in those northern states, you can get that within a couple of hours. And so folks that are moving down here, maybe if you're thinking about retiring and slowing down, or looking for a different pace of life, and weather is a big component of that, man, it's a great spot, right? You're gonna have super mild winters, you're gonna have great springs and falls, and then your summer months are gonna be even longer. So temperature in general, it's going to allow you to get out there and do all those outdoor activities that you're looking to do and extend that season a lot longer than you could if you're in those northern states. Another thing that we talk to a lot of people about, hey, could I live there? They ask, hey, can you tell me a little bit about the people or the culture and the community, right? And understanding that this is a Midwestern small town vibe, and I don't think I've gone to a restaurant yet, whether it's lakeside or in town. I don't think I've gone to a grocery store or a hardware store without bumping into somebody, saying hi, a simple nod, hello. Like, that's the everyday norm that you're down here. When I'm in Denver and in Colorado and you make eye contact with somebody, you never know what you're gonna get. So you don't have to worry about that here, right? Like, that's a big reason that people are moving and people that live here, is because you have a sense of community, you have neighbors, you have commonality. It's easy to say hello, it's easy to build relationship, it's easy to get involved with the area, whether it's with the school that your kiddos are going to, or the church that you belong in, or any community kind of outreach program that you want to help out with. Like, it's easy to get involved, it's easy to meet your neighbors and build relationships, and then when you're out and about, it's easy to just bump into people and say hello. Like, it's a friendly environment with good morals, good ethics, Midwestern kind of values, and that's a huge draw and attraction, right? So again, sometimes in those major metropolitan cities, you could live next to your neighbor and never see them unless they, take out the trash or go get the mail, right? Here, it's a different kind of feel. Everybody kind of looks out for one another, you help one another, and you're also involved with one another. And so, could you live here? Hey, if you don't want to know your neighbors, then we can get you some acreage. You don't have to have any neighbors, right? But that's a big reason, again, that people like to be here, because they like the community, they like the vibe, they like their neighbors, and that's something that they're looking for. And thinking about making that transition from wherever you are to here, and again, we've already kind of covered weather, we've covered activities, we've covered the community and your neighbors. Another big component, when talking about, hey, could I live there? A lot of that conversation comes down to affordability. And, we talked about it before plenty of times on the channel. Like, we are in a below national average price point for everything, right? Not just homes, but goods, transportation, fuel, food. Like, the cost of living in general is below the national average, especially when it comes to housing. So single family homes, condos, lakefront, second tier, property, acreage, like whatever it is you're looking for, you're going to find the affordability of that is way better than a lot of the other parts of the country. And again, if you're looking for lakefront, dock, scene, view, all of that stuff, like go look at other places in the country and see what the price point of that is, or go get on one of the coasts of the east or the west coast or the Gulfs and see what the price point of waterfront property could look like. Compare that to here and you can realize the amount of home that you can get for the price point is, again, well below national average, extremely affordable, and something that we can easily show you and help you with. So when we think about things, again, like, could I live here? Is this something for me? You got to start to do your research. You got to uncover those stones. You got to have conversations. You got to think of like, all right, cool. What kind of environment am I living in, right? Mountainous, rural, lots of trees, lots of forests, lots of animals, lots of bugs, lots of, nature that you're going to surround yourself with. Yet you're still close to big city stuff. So if you wanted to go to St. Louis, Kansas City, you wanted to go watch a football, basketball, baseball game, you wanted to go to the theater or do arts, or they have big festivals or concerts or something on a bigger scale, you're not that far away. Couple hour drive, hang out for the day, come back. Couple hour drive, have a whole lot of fun, stay the night, right? And then come back the next day. But when you're here, you're immersed into that peaceful, tranquil, quieter type lifestyle that hopefully is conducive for the other things you're looking for with outdoor activities and hiking and biking and everything lake life that you'd want to do with the boats or your family and the kiddos as you're making that transition. There's a big old fish right there. That's like a big catfish, like, let me see, that big.
I just wanted to say I caught a fish this big.
I don't even think I could show it. You catch it on film. But anyway, it's sidetracked. Squirrel moment, but fish moment. Anyway, looking to build community with people that you're around and like and trust and have a lot of commonality, and getting involved in schools and churches and other activities that are things that are down here. And then obviously when you understand and realize that you're below the national average and you're at a lower suppressed price point for properties and single family homes and condos, and just the affordability to live here with cost of goods, you'll start to connect the dots and realize that yes, you could live here and it's a great place to live. And so we love helping uncover that stuff. We love helping have these conversations and feed you information. I say it all the time, right? We're licensed lenders and agents. I love making these videos, but I love more to help you with this transition, your lending and real estate needs. So one more time, that number popping up below. I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. If there's a question, a scenario, or just something that I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Until then, we'll see you on the next video. Bye. We love helping uncover that stuff. We love helping. It's like this big. You ever seen that shit where they're like, I once caught a fish this big? No joke. That bad boy was huge. Here's some stuff of the lake. I don't know if you want to. Head, neck, belly, legs, tail. Head, neck, belly, legs, and tail.